It's Nightgap at the Grateful Fed with Casey Easton. Every Thursday night at the Grateful Fed. Awe-inspiring guests and some we just make fun of.
Cheers, everybody! Yeah. I'd like to start these segments with shotgunning beers, Yukon style, but we're not allowed. So I'm going to talk a little bit about last week. We had Christina Rossworm on. She was quite awesome. So, but we had to edit about 40 minutes of the interview out because it would have been incriminating. She probably would have got a divorce, lost her business, her kids would have moved out. So we had Shannon Mason-Brown on first. She was great. It was 2 edits. It was like, I dragged out a story about myself, so I thought, let's just get rid of that. And then there was another thing where I made a joke about Nazi Germany, and it was, in Studio 9. Anyway, I brought it up again. Doesn't matter. Got rid of that. And then with Christina, like I said, it was 40 minutes of like 3-minute things, and then a 15-minute story about how she's from Surrey, and, blowjobs behind the 7-Eleven. Doesn't matter. We got rid of it. Saved her. And then we had Ryan Michael out, who was a great magician, did a great job. We had about 20 minutes worth of edits because it was basically just Christina Rossworm screaming and yelling and laughing and talking over it and heckling. So just to let future people know, we edit these shows. So if you want to come out and just, and you're a straight-laced and conservative or anything like that, you can drop as many F-bombs as you'd like, and we will edit it out and save your career. Just wanted to get that out of the way. So on that note, we've got some big names coming out in future shows. Now that we're legit. Because they know we edit. I'm going to have to edit this part because it's pretty boring. I've got one segment coming up next month, which is called The Hunter Has Become the Hunted. So it's anybody that's ever interviewed me here in town. Doug Brown, Gord Vizzuti, Kent Mulgat, and Don Plant, who interviews me every time we have a conversation. It's the craziest thing. So I'm going to bring them out and interview them and try to do as terrible a job as they have with me. Good job, guys. Ryan, what's this show about?
Shameless self-promotion.
That's right, shameless self-promotion. You're catching on. So I have a really, really big announcement regarding our show. I've hired a new producer. And I think most of you would know her, at least people in the theater community, or anybody that's seen a show. She's the wonderful, wicked, awesome, super talented Miss Zoe Sommerfeld. Zoe, would you come up and introduce yourself here? And we're going to have a talk.
And Casey.
Sit down.
Okay.
You're taking up too much time, Zoe.
Sorry. I'm new.
So we're just going to have a little confab, and
Yep.
you've been doing a great job so far.
Thank you.
So who's on the show tonight?
Okay, well,
Zoe? Who's on the show tonight? Damn it, Zoe!
I thought you had the list.
Okay, so
Oh.
what's the order of the people that we have at least? Can you fill us in on that a little bit?
Yeah, okay, yes, I get
You have been
it.
working on this, haven't you?
Yep, day and night. So you got one person who's gonna come on first.
Damn it, Zoe.
They're gonna tell their story, have a little bit of banter. Second person,
Good
you're
job,
also
Zoe.
gonna have a bit of banter. This one's a little bit more crass, I think, and then I think the rest of it was improvised.
Damn it, Zoe. Zoe, could you go sit down? Can you do that? Can you at least do that properly? That would be great. Damn it, Zoe.
I don't know.
Our new producer, ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Sommerfeld. So, you did a great job. She did do a great job. So I want to bring out our first interviewee. Her name is Karma, and she's from Breakout West. Come on. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Come on now. Where are you, Karma? Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
I'm here.
What?
I'm here.
You should be a little more prepared.
I'm taking my time.
Oh, you're writing out your
Oscar speech, remember?
writing out your thank yous. Sit. Lovely to meet you. I like your buttons.
My Breakout West button.
Yeah, Breakout West buttons. So, little Breakout West plug right there.
Shameless self-promotion.
Same as, exactly, you're learning. Let me move my notes out of the way. So the first question that I have for you, here on Nightcap with Casey Easton at the Grateful Fed, because I forgot to say that at the beginning, sorry Richard. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Karma Lakoff. I do a lot of different things. Tend to always say that. I am the executive and creative director of Creative Okanagan Artist and Event Development Society. It's a mouthful. And I'm the chair of the host committee for Breakout West 2018
Nice.
Kelowna.
Excellent. So you're a good person to know if I was a musician, which
Yeah.
I am. Dun dun dun.
Could be.
Okay, so my next question is, what the holy hell is Breakout West? Because my sources say that it's a secret website to synchronize prison escapes. Is that true? Damn it, Zoe!
Sorry. It's my first day.
So when is Breakout West? Wait, what is Breakout West? Let's do that.
Breakout West is a very large event. It's 4 days. It's going to be October 10th to 14th. It's a music industry conference
Right.
and showcase festival. Within that, there's all kinds of other things going on.
Yep.
Receptions and
Seminars.
one-on-one meetings and networking.
Schmoozing.
Lots of schmoozing.
Yep.
It really is focused on the artists and the musicians. And 60 bands were selected from Western Canada. And then there's a couple of bands from elsewhere.
This is 16 or 60?
60.
Wow! Okay, name all the bands. List them. Go.
Oh, God.
Speed round.
I wasn't prepared for
Speed
that.
round.
Nope.
Okay. When is it?
October 10th to
You
14th.
probably just said that. And
I
where is
did.
it?
It's at 10, well, the Showcase Festival, which is what the general public is mostly going to be interested in,
Yeah.
happens in 10 venues downtown. Actually, there's 11 venues, technically. The Grateful Fed is one of those venues.
What?
So, yeah, there's tons of venues. Fernando's, BNA,
Yep.
Sapphire.
So how's that work? You buy like a wristband and yeah.
Yes, you buy a wristband for $15.
Really?
There's only 1,200 of them. They could go fast.
$15 and you can just bounce around and
Yeah.
that's good.
And so there's festival showcases on Thursday night, the 11th, the Friday, and the Saturday.
Yep.
And there's also some showcases in the middle of the afternoon at the Delta Hotel. What else? We have a family music festival that's happening on Saturday afternoon at the Rotary Center. I'm really excited about that because my son is super excited.
Yeah. What is that? Is it like Barney and Friends or what?
No, good question.
So Raffi, is that guy dead or is he?
No, he's not dead. He's
I'm happy to hear
definitely-
that.
He's definitely not
Roots
dead.
and shoots, roots and shoots. We are the roots and shoots of the living world.
But hey, the Oot Newts, who
The
are a
Newts?
Kelowna-based band,
That's when you were talking about the. Oh.
they are going to be opening up
Somebody
Mini Breakout
suggested
West.
I even bring them on for a little.
Oh, you should.
interview.
You totally
Apparently,
should.
she's quite the little singer. That
Ruth.
young lady. What's she like 11 or something? And
Yeah, Ruth is about 11.
nice. Wow.
Yeah, they've got lots of exciting things going on. They've been nominated for a Canadian Folk Music Award in the children's category.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they were nominated for a Western Canadian Music Award last year. So they actually, one of their members, Ezra, is on our host committee. So he helped with put together Mini Breakout West, which is the family music festival. That's at the Rotary Center for the Arts on Saturday, the 13th of October.
Excellent. Nice little plug there for one of the bands.
Yep. And I will say we called it the Family Festival because most of the acts are totally appropriate for everyone.
Right.
Like from 0 to 110.
So they don't swear
No.
and say stuff like poo poo caca or anything like that. Oh, look at it. $5 appies. You want one?
No thanks.
$5 appies on Thursdays here at the Grateful Fed. Have you done this before? Is this the first one? Is this the first Breakout West ever? Or
No!
have you done it?
Well, this is the 16th annual Breakout West,
Uh-huh.
and it's actually the second time that I have been involved.
Congratulations.
Does anyone remember 2010 when we hosted? At least Ryan should be clapping. Where's Ryan? You should be clapping.
Ryan's talking in the back and not paying attention.
No, I
Way
hear
to
that.
set an example for the rest of the class. Ryan.
So I'm gonna start that again. Can you start that
No,
question
nobody
again?
cares if Ryan's paying attention or
no,
not.
but I do.
I can't remember what the question was.
Yeah, have we done this before?
Have you done this before, or is this the first Breakout West in Kelowna?
It's the 16th annual, but only the second time it's happened in Kelowna.
Right, okay.
And I'm crazy enough to be involved a second time.
Yeah, so like just smart
Yeah.
enough to do the job, just dumb enough to take the job.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice.
That's what you say when it's a week before the event and you're like, oh my God, there's
Yeah.
still so much to do.
Yeah.
So the Grateful Fed was a venue in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone remember that?
Nice. That was awesome.
It was really fun, and that's part of what got us into hosting it again, was because there's a few people who really wanted to have it back, and
Yep.
they actually called the Western Canadian Music Alliance and said, so will you come back? And there were people that had a little bit of pull,
Yeah.
and then they called me.
Well, you know the cool thing is, now that you're talking about it on this show, it's gonna be sold out.
Oh,
Guarantee it.
I know, totally.
Sold out. Guarantee it.
Oh, and I can't forget this. The kickoff concert.
Yeah.
It's a really big deal. That's on the Thursday night at the Community Theater. And
But we're doing
the
this.
Wild.
But we're doing this show on the Thursdays.
Well, it starts at 8:30,
You have to
so
hold it
people
still,
can come.
so we can. Yeah. There we go.
It starts at 8:30, so people can come
That's
after.
perfect.
I know.
Come here first, and then go to that.
Exactly. And the Wild, which are a Kelowna-based band, are actually going to be headlining with this amazing band called Little Destroyer. They're fabulous.
Yeah.
Speak louder, you guys, so we can hear you at the back. Speak a bit louder.
Do you want me to point my face at the microphone too? Okay. Are you a musician yourself? Want some potato skins? Are you a musician?
I'm an amateur musician
Yeah.
who's been playing for a really long time.
What do you play?
I play the cello,
Cool.
and I played the double bass for 10 years.
You know, if I had a cello, it would just be all Game of Thrones all day long. Or whatever.
Cool.
No, that was the X-Files. How's the song from Game of Thrones go? Yeah. And that's why you're my producer. She got some mad skills. So is this one of those things where it's like a pay to play, like all of Canada, where we musicians basically just get taken over by the man, and the man's like, we got great things, give us some money, and we're like, yay, and then they're like, get out of here. Or is it better than that? It's better than that, right?
Yes, it's better than that.
Objection, counsel is leading the witness. But it is better than that.
It's better than that.
How's
yes.
it better than that?
Okay, so the bands do apply
Yep.
to the Showcase Festival, and as well as apply to the awards.
What awards?
There's the Western Canadian Music Awards will be given out on that
Well, then
weekend as
that's
well.
that's nice. There's a thing.
Yeah, there's a thing.
That's good.
There's the Artistic Awards and the Industry Awards.
Right.
So yes, people do pay to apply for those.
A small fee.
A small fee.
Yeah,
Yes.
reasonable.
Yes, a
Not
reasonable
like
fee.
Canada Music Week or anything. Not that we're hacking them, they're great. Don't go to Toronto. Don't go to Toronto, they'll kill you.
I don't know the internal workings of
She didn't say it. I did. That's okay.
Okay.
Right? So who's like you got Factor involved, you got SoCan
Yeah.
involved, who are the sponsors? What's going
So
on?
the Western Canadian Music Alliance,
Oh, yeah.
they produce most of the aspects of the event, and they do get support from Factor and SoCan, and I believe Canada Music Live.
For
Music
all
Canada Live.
non-musicians that are saying what the hell is Factor and SoCan, let's give them a rundown.
Factor
Is a grant.
Well, they give away grants, yes,
Yeah,
but
well,
they're an
yeah.
organization
Yes, of course.
who
Technical.
gets a lot of funding from the Canadian government.
Yep.
And they support recording artists.
Mm-hmm.
And so most of the grants that they give away are for recording specifically. But
But
they,
we actually used them to make a couple of videos back in the day.
they'll,
Yep.
they'll help with promotion and marketing
Yep.
and like all the design and all
And what
of that
does
stuff.
SOCAN do? We were talking about this
We were
earlier.
talking about this. Oh,
It's
what
Society
is
of
it?
Canadian Authors, Musicians, and Writers, I think.
They
No,
focus on
that's wrong.
songwriting.
Yeah.
So SOCAN is going to be here doing a song house.
They're the
I think is
guys.
what it's
They're the
called.
guys that basically, if the music gets played on the radio or gets played in a bar, they collect the money for you. And
Yeah,
give
and
you
so
your 40 cents.
when someone like myself or the Grateful Fed has music in a venue, we pay a fee to SOCAN, which then gets paid out to the artists when the artists let them know that they've played that show and
Right.
what they played.
Yep. They're money collectors.
Yeah, and money givers.
Yes, and money givers too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Down to the signature questions. You're doing so great. You're doing so great. So wonderful. So what brought you to Kelowna, or did you grow up here, or were you born here, or what? What brought you here to our fine city?
My husband got a job here.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't my husband yet.
Hi, Pete.
I missed him, so I moved here.
Yep, that makes sense.
That was 11 years ago.
Oh, that's about the same time I moved here. What is it that you love about our fair city, Kelowna?
I love the weather.
Yeah.
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 I grew up in Edmonton. The weather here is amazing.
Yeah. I grew up in Whitehorse, Yukon.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that it's worse. It's just as bad, though. That's for sure. It's worse. Love you, Whitehorse. Sorry. Just apologizing. My friends are going to see this and going to be like, what a dick. It's ruining tourism. What do you hate about Kelowna? Being on this stupid talk show.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Not that.
Oh,
That it was built around a car.
built around a car.
Yeah. Like, Kelowna is really a car city.
Yeah.
And I prefer to bike.
Right, yeah.
So.
No, but they're stepping it up.
Oh, they're
They got
totally
those weird
stepping it
long
up.
sidewalk things that make you more likely to get hit by a car that's approaching. Right? It's like oh, there's nobody walking, and they're like, oh shit.
Riding along Springfield,
Yeah.
you feel like you're gonna get hit.
Yeah, that's some danger.
Eh,
Harvey's a little crazy.
Springfield, no. I'm just started biking along there more recently. I don't like it.
Do you do any impressions or have any hidden talents?
I'm a trained ballroom dancer.
Give us get on the table. Show us a little. Give us a little bit of what you got.
I need a partner.
I can't do that. Are there any shout outs that you'd like to give to any of your peeps? Oh Christ, it's an Oscar speech.
I told you he prepped me with this question. Well, okay, so Breakout West, I've been working on it for over 2 years. I told my son I've been working on it since he was 3, and he was like, what? He's 5.5.
Right, I did the math, and you're right.
Yeah.
Zoe, do you confirm? Zoe? Is that right? 3 plus 2? Nailed it. That's why I hired you.
Okay, so to my son, Corbin, for all of his patience.
Yes.
To my husband, for all of the childcare when I'm like, I'm not ready to come home yet. To the entire House Committee for Breakout West, particularly Sonia Barker and Ezra Sipes, the Creative Okanagan Board, Robin Stewart of the Western Canadian Music Alliance, the City of Kelowna and Tourism Kelowna, and Creative BC, and to all of the other sponsors of the House Committee, including Music BC, the Mission Group, Interior Savings, Gonzo Online, Festivals Kelowna, By Jovco, Brand, Biz, Creative Okanagan, and Sunripe.
Getting
and
weird.
I'm sure I'm
Getting weird. Wrap it up.
missing others. That's it.
And me for
And
promoting
you
the show.
for doing this.
Yay! What?
What are the dates that this is happening?
When is it?
What is it?
It's October 10th to 14th.
10th to 14th. On the 11th is the first band.
Yeah. The public stuff all starts on the 11th.
I'm gonna start eating because it's getting.
Breakoutwest.ca
That's a good question.
or Tourism Kelowna, their visitor center, or Milk Crate Records.
Where is that now?
Milk
Used to be
Crate
right there, but
Records is just on Lawrence Avenue, between whatever this street is and whatever that street
Yeah,
is.
no, I do that too. Leon Lawrence is it's the one that goes that way.
What is this? Ellis and Bertram. Thank you.
Well done. All right, let's give it up for Karma for Breakout West. Promoting bands. I like it. I like it. Thank you. We're going to take a little 5-minute break while I eat some potato skins.
Nightcap at the Grateful Fed with Casey Easton.
Thanks, everybody.
Reserve your seats now.